So let's start seated and do a little back work today. So come into a cross-legged position and then switch your legs around so you're in your non-habitual cross, because we always do the same thing. Bring your sitting bones back a little bit, get comfortably grounded, hips and shoulders lined up, lengthen through the core, or lengthen through the spine and get the core activated. Bring your shoulders back and down. And take a moment to close your eyes and focus inward on the breath. Draw in energy and awareness. Exhale stress and tension. And just keep that inner focus. And then exhaling, tuck your chin in and let your spine wind down, bringing your forehead down toward the mat. And then start at the bottom of your spine and wind back up, just lifting your heart as you get to the top. Don't lift your chin too high. Make sure you keep stretching your neck and reach your head slightly back. And then again, tuck your chin forward, round down, slowly all the way toward the mat. Take a breath or two. And then again, at the bottom of the spine, wind your way back up. And then again, bringing your head toward the floor, we're going to do the circles. So roll over to one side, lift your shoulder, lift your chest, roll across the back, looking up, come to the other side, rolling down and forward. And just a couple times through that circle, getting those hips working, the whole rib area rolling around. And then stop and go the other way. Over to the side, lifting your heart at the back, to the other side, back to the center, rotating all the way around. And then back at the center, once again, just pause. This time tucking your chin and roll back up into your seated position. Switch your legs around and bring one hand to the floor, the other arm out, palm up, hand over your shoulder. Slide over into our side stretch. So keep both sitting bones down, both hips down for this rib opening stretch, lateral through the spine. You can bring your elbow to the floor for extra stretch, or just keep stretching this hand further out. And then inhale back up, release that arm, and bring the other arm out. Onto the ceiling, hand over your shoulder, slide over to the other side. And again, keep lengthening, but push the sitting bones down. Keep both hips on the floor, elbow to the floor on that arm that's down if you like. Make sure you're not leaning forward or backward, just straight to the side, opening your ribs. And then again, inhale to the top and release. Take a moment as you get there, feel your body, exhale any tension. And then bring your arms out and up right above your shoulders, but shoulders down. Stretch your head and fingertips up and exhale into your twist. So make sure that spine is stretching apart for the twist. If you're moving away from, let it come up slightly. Exhale, hips, ribs, shoulder, everything turn deeper for your twist. Take a breath, relax, and then inhale, arms back up to the center and release. Feel the spine, and let's switch the legs and we'll twist to the other side. Sitting bones back, spine stretching, arms out, palms up. Lengthen up through your fingers and head, but not your shoulders. And exhale, turning to the other side. Hand behind you, lift up through the spine. Make sure that hip you're moving away from comes up slightly as you turn your hips, ribs, and shoulder a little deeper into your twist. Take a breath, relaxing into it. And then inhale, arms coming back up. And again, release. Take a moment and breathe. Lift your knees, bring your legs out to the front. Press out through your backs of your legs out through the heels, pull the toes back, getting those knees down toward the floor as much as you can. Sitting bones slightly behind you, activate your core, keep your shoulders above your hips and your crown toward the ceiling. And then we're bringing the chin into that throat center notch at the base of your throat. Keep the rest of your spine straight, and then bring your hands for weight only, not pressure, to the back of your head. So just feel that stretch on the back of your neck. Exhale. Let it relax. And then release your hands. Tip your head back upright. Clasp your fingers and bring your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Crown toward the ceiling. Stretch it up as you breathe in. And as you exhale, let your head go heavy into your hands, coming slightly back. So breathe in, chest high. Exhale. Just keep lifting that heart as you let that head sink slightly back. Elbows straight out toward the sides. Just feel that upper back going into a little bit of a back bend. And then again, bring your chin toward your chest, releasing your arms and coming back into your seated position. Take a moment, feeling your body, and then lifting your chin, stretch through the back of your neck at the same time, relax it, and move your jaw around in circles. Circling, bringing the jaw forward and backwards, fronting your face, feeling that throat getting a nice stretch on the front. And then relax, bringing your head back upright. Take a moment, breathing, pressing out through the heels, pulling the toes back. Bring your ear over toward one shoulder. Feel the stretch on the opposite side. Take the hand you're tipping toward to the outside of the head. Again, don't push, just add a little weight. Feel that stretch increase. If that's enough, stay there. Or bring your other hand down to the floor and give it a little push for a little extra stretch. Take a breath. Keep both shoulders relaxed away from your ears. And then release your hands and tip your head back up. Feel the difference. So yeah, do the other side. Ear over, no twist. And again, the side you're tipping toward, bring that hand up. Extra weight, not pressure. Just relax through that side, through the neck, through the shoulder. Bring the other hand down if you want. Take a moment breathing, letting that stretch maximize, or be gentle if you need to as you breathe and relax. Shoulders still right above your hips. And then again, release your hands and tip your head back upright. Take a breath, exhale 10 feet. And then come up onto your hands and knees. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders lined up. Remember, you can put your fists down if you prefer to not have a bend in your wrists. Knees under your hips and get those ribs up, support your spine. And then drop your ribs, lift your sitting bones, bring your chest forward, looking to the front into a little back bend. Just feel your whole spine going into that back bend, just dropping it down. And then exhale, tuck your sitting bones down, your forehead toward the floor, lift your ribs up, coming into the forward bend, just pushing into your hands gently as you lift your whole spine toward the ceiling. And then inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, look over one shoulder, back to the center, look over the other shoulder. Keep the spine as straight as you can while you're doing that. And again, back to the center. And we'll do our threading the needle twist. So bring your hand palm up, out, past your hand and knee, bringing your head and shoulder down to the floor, elbow on that palm to the floor, hands still up toward the ceiling. Stay there, good twist if you love it. Or if you want more low back work, take your foot near your hand and press out through the heel. Roll onto your head and shoulder a little bit more, but not your neck. And if you want even more, hand to the ceiling, bringing it slightly behind you. And again, don't go too far, it gets balancing. Just relax. And then if your hand is up, bring it down. If your leg is out, bring it in. Press into that hand on the floor and back to your table position. Take a breath. And of course, we'll do the other side. I'm just going to turn around. You don't have to. So bringing your other hands through, head and shoulder down. Remember, you're on your head and shoulder, not your neck. Elbow up toward the ceiling. This is a good twist. Stay here if that's enough for your spine. You never have to go further. Take a breath, just relax. Bring your foot near your hand if you want a little bit more low back twist. Roll slightly further onto your head and shoulder and just stay there. Or bring your hand up toward the ceiling and behind you right at shoulder level, so not down toward the either end of the mat, but straight back. And again, rolling onto your head, not your neck. Stay on your shoulder. Don't go too far and lose your balance. Take a breath. Let that twist maximize for your body if it wants to. And again, if your hand is up, bring it down first, then bring your knee in and unthread the needle into your table position. And then hands to the sides of the mat, feet to the back of the mat, bring your hips to the floor and roll your body down into resting crocodile. Head to one side, shoulders down, palms up, feet hip width apart. Relax your lower body. And then exhale, turn your head to the opposite side. Take a moment to breathe, and then bring your chin to the floor. Turn your hands, palms down under your legs, your hips, and relax. Shoulders toward the floor. And then we're going to slide the right foot back and keep both hips down and lift the right leg with the knees straight. So the knee is straight, both hips are on the floor or pressing into your arms, and the right foot is going up as high as it wants to, just letting that low back get a little extra work. Chin is forward. If that's too much on your neck, you can bring your forehead to the mat. Take a breath, stretch it out, maybe lift that foot a little higher. Keep breathing, stretching it out. Spread your toes. And exhale, bring the foot back down. Take a moment to breathe. You can bring the forehead to the floor to get your neck released. You can release your arms if you need to, or your shoulders as well. And of course, we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So again, bringing the chin forward, hands tucking toward the mat, under your legs, and hip bones down into your arms or the floor. Stretch the feet back, left leg especially, keep the knees straight, and bring that foot up as far as it wants to go. Hips down, chin forward if you can, otherwise forehead down toward the floor. Take a breath, stretch it out as much as you like, lift maybe a little higher, feel the low back, it's working, don't go too high if you've got low back issues. Take a breath, spread the toes, lift the foot, and lower the legs slowly. And again, releasing your arms and your forehead. Let everything get a good stretch. And then we're going to, of course, do both feet together. It's more intense, so be gentle when you need to. Chin forward if that works for you. Clasp your hands underneath you this time and press your hips down into the body, into your arms. And then both feet hip width apart or a little closer if you like. And stretch out through the base of the toes, ball of the foot area. Spreading your toes and then lift your feet. So both feet off the floor, knees straight. Chin sliding forward if you can, otherwise forehead down. And don't forget to keep breathing. Pressing into your hips, into your hands. Lifting those feet maybe a little higher if that's working for your low back, but remember, personal practice only. Go as high as your body is willing to go, no further. Take a breath, maximize it, or don't if that's not right for you. And stretch. And then slowly on an exhalation, bring the feet back down. Tuck your forehead, release your hands, bring them under your shoulders, and press back into child pose. Take a moment there, just breathe. Feel that nice stretch on your back where we were working, that low back. Give me a good forward bend stretch too. Take a breath, just relaxing. And then inhale, sitting up on your heels. And we're going to come up onto our knees just a little bit. You can, again, hold over your mat for a little padding if you need that under your knees. Take a breath and then sink your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your crown toward the ceiling. Bring your arms out, palms to the ceiling, hands over your shoulders. And again, we're going into our twist, bringing the hands to the side and the one to the back. So this hand is outside your knee, the other one directly behind your feet. Stretch up, exhale, let this hip move in back as you turn your hips, ribs, and shoulder a little deeper into this twist. Take a breath, relaxing into it as you exhale. And then arms inhaling back up toward the center and release. Take a moment to breathe, adjust if you need to, as you get ready to twist to the other side. So remember, always twist, stretch the spine apart as much as you can. Arms out over your shoulders, stretch it up, shoulders down. Exhale, turn to the other side. Again, the one hand is by your feet, the other hand on your knee. Stretch up, exhale, turn a little deeper. Hips, ribs, and shoulder, not just your neck. Take a moment to breathe, exhale, let that release and relax. And then inhale, bring those arms back up, exhale, and release, letting that neck back out. And exhaling again, bring your legs back out into staff position in front of you on the floor. Take a moment to breathe, exhaling any tension, sitting bones behind you, and heels pressing out. Take a moment to breathe as you bring your feet into butterfly, heels near you, knees coming down toward the floor as much as they want. Remember, we haven't warmed up the hips much, so they may not make it anywhere near the floor. That's okay. Clasp your hands under your toes, lift your crown and your chest, and then run your hands right under your shoulders behind you. Press gently into them. Feel that core activate a little more, and maybe those knees will come down even further toward the floor. Take a breath. Just let the stretch happen. Lengthen through the spine. Relax down through the shoulders. So not a lot of pressure in your hands, just a little. And then releasing your hands, bring your feet, your knees up, and your legs back out, feet hip width apart. And then we're going to keep the feet hip width apart and bring those heels back toward you. Work the core a little bit. So get that core working, ribs toward your spine and up. Lean back slightly so you feel it. And hands palms up to keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. We're bringing the foot up a little or more or straight. So you can have the thighs parallel to each other if that works for you, or you can lower the leg if it feels like that upper thigh hip flexor is working too hard. Stretch it out through your crown, out through the toes, spread the toes if you can. Feel that core working. Stay on your sitting bones, not your sacrum, so you don't roll onto your back. And then slowly bring your foot down. Stay there or take a break and sit up a little bit more, releasing whatever was tight. And of course, we're going to do the other foot. So again, palms up, shoulders down. Core working, activated, and lean slightly back. Other foot up a little or more or straight. And again, go only as far as your body is willing to go. Don't roll too far onto your back. Stretch out through your head and your toes. And don't crunch up through your shoulders. Just keep them relaxing as you do. Feel the core work. If it's vibrating, that's fine. If it's vibrating too much, lower the leg if that hip is activated. And don't forget to breathe. And when you're ready, lower that foot. And again, sit up and take a break if you need to, or just stay with that activated core, getting ready to do both feet together. So once again, hands palms up, shoulders down, sitting bones connected, stay on them, and bring your feet up a little or more or straight. And again, you can lower the legs if that's working those hip flexors too much, or you can take a little bit out of those hip flexors by holding your feet or your ankles so that those hip flexors don't have to work so hard as you're in that position. Or you can keep your legs bent or down by the floor, whatever works for you today. It's okay. Take a breath. Exhale, bring the feet down, releasing the feet and reaching your crown to the ceiling. Bring your feet to the end of the mat. Keep that core activated and roll slowly to the floor. Take a moment as you get down, letting those hips relax, belly release, everything just relax a little bit in your relaxation release. And then we'll do a twist. So bring your arms out to T position, sitting bones toward your heels, back gently down. Bring your right leg up. So you can bend it first and bring it up, or you can keep it straight and raise it toward the ceiling. And then flex your heels, press it out. And of course, we're going to go rolling into our twist position. So keep your head down, don't overdo your neck. Roll the foot down to the left and your hands together on the floor. Hold the foot if you can with your left hand, or hold your leg and bring your right hand to the ceiling right above your shoulder. And then as you exhale, look at the hand as you lower it behind you, straight toward the floor, back of the hand to the mat. And don't bring it up toward either end of the mat, but straight back from your shoulder so your chest stays nice and open, bringing your spine into that nice middle back twist. The more you hold your foot and push it away, the more that lower back gets in the twist. So be gentle if you need to. And turn your head for that neck area twist, but again, gentle if you need. Take a breath. Just relax, let the arm and shoulder come down with gravity toward the floor when you're ready. But don't force it. You never need to get there. Take another breath, just relaxing, and then letting go of your leg or foot. Roll onto your back, flex the heel, and slowly lower the leg to the floor. When it gets down, just take a moment feeling that twist energy through your spine, through your body. Notice your core activated as well. And of course, we're twisting to the other side. Sitting bones toward your heel and the left leg coming up. Flex it, stretch it out, head on the floor, rolling all the way to the right side this time. Foot comes down, hands together, and then bring the foot and hand into each other, or hold the leg if that works easier for you. Left hand to the ceiling, keep the palm open toward the ceiling, right at shoulder level as you lower it with gravity down toward the floor. And again, just go as far as gravity brings you and then relax, looking back toward it for your neck twist. Only as far as your neck needs. And of course, if you don't want the low back too much into the twist, just be gentler with where you put your hand and how you push that foot away in the front. Take a breath. Exhaling each time, letting the ligaments release, your spine relax, and your whole body move deeper into the twist whenever it's ready. But don't force it, just let it happen at its own pace. breathing deep, just relax. And of course, you'll hold your twists on your own longer, but for now, just roll onto your back, bringing that foot up, flexing the foot, using that core for support as you exhale that leg all the way to the floor. And when it gets down, come into your final relaxation corpse position for your release. Hands up, palms at your sides, shoulders down, toes together, and then just release. Roll your head side to side, relaxing. Take a deep breath, and then just soften everything. And let your body sink into that surface beneath you. Let the earth support you completely, letting your body go. And as your body relaxes, let the thoughts in your mind release as well. No need to remember the past or anticipate the future. Just let it go. Thoughts drifting away as easily as your breath. And just allow your awareness to release your body and your mind, turning inward, and just finding that peace deep within. Breathe into the peace. Let your body go and relax. And of course, keep relaxing if that's feeling amazing today. If it's time, though, to get ready for the rest of your day, just begin drawing energy and awareness with the breath back to the moment, to the room, to your body. Breathing more deeply, stretching your body however feels right for you today. And of course, when you're ready for your final yoga hug of appreciation, sitting bones toward your heels toward your hips, draw your knees up toward your heart, and wrap your arms around. Give yourself that appreciative yoga hug. Let your body know you appreciate its yoga work today, the work your body does for you every day. And when you're ready to release, your head and feet to the floor, roll to the side, and sit back up, getting ready for whatever's ahead for you today. Thanks for joining me.